What's up, everybody? How's it going? My name is Armand here again, back at it with another video. So today I wanted to discuss the Dodge Challenger. So for the past year or so, I've been in love with the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. I've test driven it. I was like this close to buying it. It was a thing. I really love the Challenger Scat Pack. I know that, you know, some of the other cars are a lot better, like the Camaro and the Ford Mustang. They have more power and they're quicker and everything, but I love the old school Dodge Challenger. I love the retro looks. I love how it looks inside, everything about it. I just love the Dodge Challengers. So I was really happy living in a state that, as you can see outside, it's fucking snowing, in a state where it snows, that they were making a four-wheel drive Challenger. I heard about this and I was like, okay, I have to find out more info because that sounds amazing. Upon further inspection, I find out that it's actually a V6 four-wheel drive Challenger. It's the GT is a SXT with four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and that's it. That's the only option they're offering it in, nothing more. That's it. And being a guy who's in love with a Challenger, I found that very disappointing. Like, okay, out of all the engines that can handle a V6, all the engines that can handle an all-wheel drive, a V6 would be the least apt to handle that weight and that extra power. Because for all we know, the goddamn Scat Pack and the Hellcat are the ones that need all-wheel drive because they're too fucking fast. They have no traction in the back wheels. So those are the only ones that actually need all-wheel drive, and here we have a fucking V6 with all-wheel drive. That's just awful. That makes no sense whatsoever. I was really upset. I was angry. I was tired that Dodge was disappointing me. But then I started thinking why they would do this, because there's always a reason why cars or car companies will do something a certain way, and there's reasoning behind it, even if we don't know what it is. I started thinking, okay, well, what could be the reason why they are doing a V6 version and not the V8 that's more apt to handle this stuff? So the V6 is one of their best-selling models. The SXT is the best-selling not only to rental car agencies but to people because it's the most affordable. It gives you the same retro looks, but you don't have to break the bank with $25,000, $27,000. So the GT is only a little bit more expensive, but at least you have all-wheel drive capabilities and you can drive it year-round. It's probably the car that's most daily driver-like. It's the most GT type of car. So that's one of the reasons why they did it, is because the people who buy the V6 can now have more opportunities to buy a all-wheel drive version, which will provide more opportunities for them to sell cars. Because not everybody will be able to buy the V6, but if they live in all-wheel drive conditions, then they can. Another reason, and this I think the bigger reason, is because the EPA has instituted a law that by 2025, car companies have to have around 35 or 40 mpg as or 45 mpg as a combined manufacturer EPA gas rating, mileage rating. Now, I don't know if you know this, but 2025 is about 8 years away, and most average car fleets are in their 20s right now. They're nowhere near that 40-45 range that the EPA is regulated. Especially with cars like the Dodge Challenger, Scat Pack, Hellcat, even the RT versions. So although they have bigger engines, you throw a all-wheel drive system on there, that's going to take down their gas mileage 2 or 3 miles per gallon in the city and the highway. So you combine those two factors and you've got a Scat Pack with, 12 miles per gallon in the city, a Hellcat with 10 miles per gallon in the city, average, and then they expect to get 45 miles per gallon as a fleet. That's a difficult task to have. It's more possible with a V6 because the V6 with an all-wheel drive, it's already heavy, it's already slow. You're only going to lose a few miles per gallon, but hey, you're already in the 20s, high 20s. You're going to lose a few miles per gallon, but that's not as bad as having a car that's already below what a good gas mileage car is. It's already almost like a diesel truck, and you're adding all-wheel drive to it, not only making it heavier, but making the gas mileage even worse. So this is why I think the Dodge will actually never make a all-wheel drive Scat Pack or Hellcat, because it's just not economical for them. They're not going to win that many customers to be able to justify the fines they're going to have to pay to EPA for not having the proper gas mileage, because people who buy the Scat Packs and the Hellcats are enthusiasts. They're not everyday drivers. They can be. I would be if I owned one, but they're not. They're mostly just people who are enthusiasts and they want a fast car and they don't really care about all-wheel drive in their cars. I do because I live in hell, but most people don't. And so for them, it's really not economical to choose to do an all-wheel drive vehicle because not very many people are going to buy it. And if they're not going to buy it, that's not going to justify the extra price tag they're going to have to pay. So in the end of the day, it really doesn't make any sense for them to do that. So this is why I think, I'm not sure, but this is why I think the Dodge will actually never make an all-wheel drive Challenger, because it just doesn't make sense to them. And unfortunately, those car enthusiasts that have to live in this hell conditions, it doesn't make sense to them either, because they're not going to buy those cars. They're going to have a Jeep, or they're going to have SUV or something to take them around the snow, and they're going to drive around the Challenger in the summer or in the spring where weather isn't that bad. And so if you combine those two, there's really no reason for them to make it, because they're not going to win any customers. It's really wobbly. They're not going to win any customers, and at the same time, they're only losing money in the process because of the EPA regulation. So I don't know, what do you guys think? If you want to comment below, say what you think about the situation. I think it's never going to happen, but if you have a different opinion than mine, that's totally fine. Just let me know what it is and call me an idiot. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.